It's for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pine River-Backus High School on KLKS Talk 100, rjbroadcasting.com, and we are also live with video on yourliveevent.com. We welcome you to the Station 371 pregame show for high school girls basketball tonight. It's a great rivalry matchup in the Northland Conference as the Walker-Hackensack-Akeley Wolves are in town to take on the Pine River-Backus Tigers. It is the Station 371 pregame show. Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, and they're the only area fuel station with kerosene and off-road diesel. Station 371 here in Pine River. Devin Kruger welcoming you to our broadcast tonight, and joining me, I am very pleased to introduce a guy that the Tiger fans, they might know a little bit. Mr. Randy Schwegel has a headset on tonight. Great to have you, Randy.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I enjoyed doing it last year. I'm glad you invited me to come on up here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, of course, you and I got to know each other quickly as R&J Broadcasting had started to cover Pine River-Backus sports extensively. Of course, now retired as the AD, but now we've partnered with the schools for yourliveevent.com. Today, you get the best of both worlds. We're on the radio. We're on Your Live Event. And you couldn't have much of a better matchup to do this for, at least for my first go-around on both radio and video signals. The Wolves and the Tigers is as good a rivalry as it gets.
Yeah, anytime you travel up 371, whether it be to Pequot Lakes or go further north up to Walker, those games are always fun. Big rivalry between the kids. They all know each other, and they go out there and they play as hard as they can, try to beat each other. But when the game's over, they're still friends, and they walk away from the court, whether it's volleyball or basketball, and they're still friends.
Absolutely, and we are friends, and so we're glad to be together for the broadcast here tonight. Here on the Station 371 pregame show, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to take you through how these two teams measure up. Again, this is about as good as a rivalry as it gets. A lot of back and forth over the past several years with the Wolves and the Tigers as we get you set for tonight's action. It's Northland Conference girls basketball tonight with Walker-Hackensack-Akeley and Pine River-Backus on KLKS Talk 100 and rjbroadcasting.com, plus on video with yourliveevent.com.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River is proud to support radio coverage of our area athletes. No matter the sport, they salute the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic thanks all the coaches, staff, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic is located east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And is done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Name and used appliances. And why? The sale doesn't end when you walk out the door. They have factory-trained technicians and in-home or in-shop service to serve you better. Give them a call at 829-5292. The name to remember in used appliances is Wise.
And we're back with you on the Station 371 pregame show. Devin Kruger and joined by Randy Schwegel tonight. The Walker-Hackensack-Akeley Wolves enter play tonight. This is their 7th game of the season. They are 5-1, 2-1 in Northland Conference action. They're ranked number 13 in the latest Class A poll from the Minnesota Basketball News. The team coming in scoring 64 points a game, allowing just 46.3 They defeated Park Rapids 43-41 on Friday. So almost a week off between games for the Wolves. Their lone loss this year is against number 3 ranked Cass Lake Bena, also, of course, in the Northland Conference. For the Pine River-Backus Tigers, they're on a 3-game winning streak. They're 3-3 coming into tonight. This is only their second Northland Conference game. They're 1-0. The Tigers coming off a 42-36 win Tuesday at Wadena Deer Creek. The Tigers 53.6 points per game scored, allowing 57 points per contest through the first 6 games. So Game 7, Randy, you coached for a long time, and the winter season is a long season, but when you break it down to this is Game 7, you're already getting about to that 1/3 way point to the season. So from the coaching standpoint, what do you always feel that the teams should be in a good groove by this time?
Well, you hope they're in a good groove the very first game of the season, but of course it doesn't always work that way, or very seldom does. You know, when I was coaching, I tried to have my team certain things that we would try to be ready to do defensively and offensively right away, and then you add as the season goes on, and by the 6th, 7th, 8th game, you should have most of those things, in the playbook, so to speak, and then tweak them a little bit after the Christmas break is over, certainly. But defensively, you said they're giving up 57, which is not bad, but I always like to see that down in the low 50s or upper 40s. You win a lot of ball games when you're, defensively is doing that. And that's something you can always play as good defense. Some nights you have hot and cold nights shooting, but defense is something that you can always do.
We talked about how this doesn't get as much better in terms of these two teams. Last year, Pine River-Backus won the lone meeting because with the shortened COVID year, they just played 1 game, and Pine River-Backus won that 72-53. They split in 2019. PRB won the matchup in 18-19. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley won 2 out of 3 in 17-18 when they met in the playoffs, and then it was a split in 16 and 17. So, Randy, you were a coach for a long time. There was a lot of back and forth between the Tigers and the Wolves.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different things that happen throughout the course of the season, and some of those years you say, there was a split, or we played them in the playoffs and went 2 out of 3. Different things happen, but they're always good games. They're always good matchups. We talked a little bit about the rivalry, and I'm sure you're going to see that continue here tonight. I look at these teams, and they're matched up pretty well physically. But we'll see what happens, as the course of the game goes on. The one thing I've learned a long time ago is basketball is a game of runs, a game of spurts, and you hope you're on the right end of those spurts when they do happen. And I think Walker is a type of team that can go on some big runs if you're not careful. They like to get the ball up and down the floor, and the Tigers are going to have to be careful that they don't let them get out of the blocks and get started too fast.
Let's hear what the coaches have to say about tonight's matchup. More on the Station 371 pregame show with the coaches' comments next here on KLKS Talk 100 and YourLiveEvent.com.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Welcome back to our Station 371 pregame show. As joining us now, head coach of the Wolves of Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, Jim Lean, is joining us here on the program. I know we always like to have this matchup on. It's been a couple years since I've called it, Jim, but a pleasure to talk to you again, and excited for him to have a big-time matchup again tonight with the Tigers and Wolves.
It's always an exciting game. It's a pretty big rivalry, and we've had some real battles here, so we're looking forward to it. The kids are looking forward to it, and I'm sure the girls at Pine River are too.
You're coming in 5-1. You've had a real strong start to the season. What's one of the key factors, or a couple of the key factors that you see to your success early on?
Well, I think the major one has been our defense. We've completely changed our defense over the last couple of years, and we've really worked hard at it. And the kids are starting to, understand what we want. So I think the defense has been really good.
you have just, 2 seniors, you got a nice little chunk of juniors, and then down to freshmen. How has, obviously it's been successful, but how has that been? You've been at this a long time, Jim. How have you felt that the mix is and the chemistry with the team?
Well, the kids look for. We have one of the freshmen is averaging 25 points a game, so I think that the kids look for her to score, and she's a pretty exciting ball player, and her twin sister has been averaging about 10, 11 points the last 3 games. So it's been a good mix. The kids, they came from volleyball. All 5 of them started in volleyball too. So it isn't anything new to have the younger kids playing with them.
This was of course, last year we all know had a lot of differences, and this was a team that was 8-11 last year. Did you see a major step up coming this year with this club?
Well, I did, because we played like 30 games this summer, and I think we won like 24 or 25 and beat some pretty good teams in breakdown tournaments and a couple of in the summer league. So I could see this coming. These kids play quite well together, and hopefully they'll continue doing that. We'll get better. We might not play well in December, but I think in January and February we'll get better, and we'll be very competitive.
What do you see as the keys to Walker-Hackensack-Akeley getting the win in this gym tonight?
Well, I think that we have to stop their post player. She's very good, very aggressive. I think she's had some really, really big games. I watched her play against Wadena on Tuesday night, and that's the key. I think, holding her down. We're not going to stop her by any means, but holding her down under her average and breaking the press will be the next thing. I think that's the two keys that we have to do to be successful.
This is the first, of course, of the 2 conference meetings. It's section, it's the rivalry, and boy, when I look back at even the last 5 years, it's about as even as it gets between these 2 clubs. So how much importance do you put on a game tonight and a potential win tonight for the Wolves?
Well, it's a big game for both of us. I think the conference is, it's pretty top-heavy. Cass Lake is very good. They beat us pretty handily. We were up 14 points in the first half, and they came back and they were up 12 at the half. So it's sort of top heavy with us and Nevis and Cleveland-Gonvick is very good, and Cass Lake is the best team in the conference. They have returned everybody except one from their state tournament team last year. They have a nice balance. But this is a big game for us. It's still wide open. It's very early, so hopefully we'll continue to play well and be in the hunt at the end.
Well, Coach, we appreciate some time. Looking forward to another exciting matchup with the Wolves and Tigers. We wish you the best of luck.
Thanks for having me.
Jim Lean, head coach for the Walker-Hackensack-Akeley Wolves, join us more on the Station 371 pregame show right after this on KLKS Talk 100, rjbroadcasting.com, and your live event.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is once again hosting a breast cancer fundraising tournament. Have some fun and help out a great cause Saturday, January 29th. Everyone is welcome to this 9-pin no-tap tournament starting at 9 a.m. $35 tax-deductible entry fee. Please consider donating items to the silent auction to raise even more. We'll come pick it up. Community Bowl and Pizzeria's breast cancer fundraising tournament, January 29th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for more information, to register, or donate.
Hook up with Turner Towing. Around-the-clock towing and emergency service if you're stuck, broken down, or have an accident. Turner Towing of Nisswa and Pine River and serving all the Brainerd Lakes area. Search for TurnerTowingLLC.com.
And we're back on the Station 371 pregame show, as with us now is a head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers, Tucker Sheely. Great to be back in the gym here for Tiger girls basketball tonight. Obviously, a big rivalry in town. Lots of excitement, and despite some other games being moved around, we get to play ball tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me, and excited to get the game in.
Yeah, absolutely. This Tigers team has won 3 in a row after starting 0-3. You're coming off a close win against Wadena Deer Creek. What, if anything, have you noticed has been the biggest difference of putting together a few wins?
Yeah, I think we've talked, this whole year, Devin. Our guards need to be, stepping up, giving us a little bit of point production, and yeah, they've done that the last couple games, and I think that showed. We've got better as a team. I think our team chemistry is kind of building a little bit better than it was those first couple games, and yeah, excited for a fun one tonight.
With the Walker in town, and they're coming in with a strong record and a ranking, but it's one of those rivalry games where we know these two teams, they love to battle, they live to battle. What do you know about what the Wolves bring this year?
Yeah, they're well balanced. I don't know that they have a super deep bench. They're similar to us in that way, but they have a couple really good young guards, and we're gonna have to keep them out of the paint, off the free throw line, and see if we can't take advantage of our advantage down low.
Well, and I was going to lead into that. So obviously, you know, Ramsey's been outstanding. We've seen her just have some completely light up scoreboard games. And you talk about, you know, again, getting that supporting cast around. So, you know, when you're taking on a Walker-Hackensack-Akeley on the offensive end, you know, how much control do you have to have on that side of the floor for the Tigers?
For sure, yeah. Discipline's going to be the key tonight. And, yeah, I mean, getting it inside, not necessarily just to score every time, but get that inside.
And we're back on this number. And I apologize, I just hit the wrong button. I was trying to turn the volume up, and I hit the wrong button to start off. But to compound on what Tucker was saying, because I'm going to have to finish it that way, he talked about just, you know, having control and being disciplined with the basketball. With Walker and Randy, you said it too, that this is a team that likes to get up and down the floor. So offensively, as much as sometimes you want to answer quickly, you've got to run your offense. You've got to just maintain the control so you don't start, you know, outplaying yourself, to almost, so to speak.
I think Tucker mentioned it. You know, a big part of their offense is the ball's got to go to Ramsey Tulinchek, and she's a girl who's put up a lot of points, you know, last year, this year, and you know, she's going to have to score tonight for them. But they do have to be patient with the type of offense they do run. Just take their time, and you know, Walker can't score if they don't have the ball. So if we're patient offensively, you know, and take their time and get the shot they want, you know, things will work out for them. But they can't, you know, they can't get impatient and just throw up some quick random shot. So discipline is going to be a key for them.
The B squad was won by Pine River-Backus 41-27. We're going to have a break for the national anthem, and then when we return, we're going to get our starting lineups, and we'll have our opening tip, as it's Pine River-Backus and it's Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. It's high school girls basketball tonight on KLKS Talk 100, rjbroadcasting.com, and yourliveevent.com.
At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we aspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage for the PRB Tigers, thank the sponsoring businesses you see advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise. That's yourliveevent.com. Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRB Schools.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
And we welcome you back live to Pine River-Backus High School. Devin Kruger, Randy Schwegel, good crowd on hand as expected. I actually almost thought it would be a little bit bigger, but with weather and a little bit of icy roads, hopefully folks are enjoying the broadcast on radio and on yourliveevent.com. Definitely some, you can feel, you always love games like this, Randy, from my side, and maybe from the coach's side too, because you can just feel the anticipation of the rivalry.
Well, they're always fun. Big games are always fun, and this is definitely a big game. And you know they'll get together again later on up at Walker. But anytime, like we said before, you get together with teams like this, where the kids all know each other and they're out to play hard and beat each other, and when they're done, they're done. But yeah, you feel it. It's a little different than if someone maybe from Clearbrook is coming here or from LaPorte or somewhere else. You just don't have that electricity.
Well, apparently the microphone's not working, so they're skipping the announcement of the starting lineups. The rematch is set for February 4th. Here are those starting lineups, so those listening and watching can get a look at it anyway. First for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, they'll start 5'4" freshman guard twins, Avery Morrison and Aubrey Morrison. Avery sporting number 1, Aubrey number 2. They'll start a 5'4" senior guard, number 3, Allie C. A 5'9" junior forward, Alexa Johansson at 14. And 6' senior center wearing 24, Kelly Olschlager. For the Pine River-Backus Tigers, they'll start junior Kate Travis in number 2, junior Ramsey Tulenchik in number 10, senior Claire Dahl in number 11, senior Emily Hannikin number 14, and junior Hannah Barkus number 24. We are just underway, and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley wins the opening tip. Aubrey Morrison has it, comes to the nice near side wing. We're, of course, up top in the balcony, so to speak. Looking down, Wolves to our right. White jerseys, white shorts, blue numbers and letters with the black trim. PRB defending, black jerseys, black shorts, orange numbers and letters, and white trim. Claire Dahl covering Aubrey Morrison, goes right side. Ramsey Tulenchik with a block, loose ball down underneath, picked up by the Tigers as Walker-Hackensack-Akeley turns it over. Tulenchik brings it all the way down to the baseline, kicks it out to Travis. Pump fakes the 3, drops it into Ramsey. Tulenchik with the turn, high off the window, no, and the rebound tapped out, and it's going to be collected by Aubrey Morrison. Aubrey down the left side. She's going to get bumped by Hannah Barkus. Count the shot and a chance for 3 as the Wolves open up the scoring 44 seconds in.
You know, that's what we're going to have to be, PRB is going to have to be careful of. If they get out and start running the floor like that and attack the basket, picking up fouls and putting girls to the line like that. And the Morrison girls and C are very good at that.
Aubrey completes the 3-point play. 3-0 Walker-Hackensack-Akeley on our North Point Realty scoreboard. Coming to you from the Cub Foods Brainerd Baxter KLKS studios. As here's Tulenchik, pass inside, tipped away. Tulenchik, boy, there's a break for the Tigers, but they can't convert. And the Wolves clear the rebound again.
You know, Ramsey's got to make those shots. Those are 2 easy shots that she came up short on. And, you know, I know there's a taller girl guarding her, but she's got to go right up through there and put that ball in.
Avery Morrison with it. Left side, C left alone for a triple. This one off to the right, but an offensive rebound. Tigers didn't block out. Offensive rebound by Johansson, but the Tigers get a break as Johansson throws it wide, and it's out of bounds. Pine River-Backus basketball.
And you hit it right on the head there. They've got to box out. They just can't, you know, count on Walker throwing the ball away like that. They got to box out and rebound.
And there's a pass intended for Tulenchik in the first turnover on the Tigers, and you know, that's one thing, too, that you can fall into a trap sometimes is forcing the ball into a player like Ramsey, and I felt that's what Claire Dahl did a little bit there.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was just looking too hard. It's not there. Go somewhere else. You got to go and look for another option and maybe come back to it next trip.
Aubrey Morrison has all the points so far. 3-0 Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, a minute 40 into the contest tonight. Allie C. around the screen, now popping out is Olschlager. She's going to try to dump it down. No, Ramsey got a piece of it, and it's tipped loose, and that's the 3rd Wolves turnover. Tigers haven't been able to take advantage. Here's Hannah Barkus driving the baseline, tried to dump it back to Tulenchik, and it's stolen away by Aubrey Morrison. Aubrey running left side, stop and pop, free throw line, too much on it, and the rebound to Tulenchik.
Again, you know, you've got to keep the girls in the white jerseys in half-court offense. You can't let them run a full court like they have been, and then we've got to look at some other options besides Ramsey.
And there is Ramsey, kicks it out. Travis has a look for 3 in the tie. This one around and out, and the rebound pulled down by the Wolves' Olschlager.
You know, that was a good shot by Kate there. Nothing wrong with that at all. It didn't go, but she's got to be able to shoot that shot. It was good to see.
Here's a long pass in through the hands of Olschlager, and another Wolves turnover, but Kate Travis has trouble with it. And so far, Randy, we've got 7 combined turnovers in the first 2.5+ minutes, 15-18 on the clock, 3-0 the score. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley leading. Inbounds, a foul. Tulenchik is going to send Olschlager to the line.
I had 2 things with that. Maybe both teams a little jittery here coming out of the gate, but foul like that by Ramsey, I just think that's a little bit lazy defense. She should have been around that girl on the other side or a half man and staying behind her like that, giving an easy inbounds pass. She can't afford to do that because Ramsey's got to stay on the court. She gets in foul trouble, things might go sour real quick.
First free throw in and out. Second one drops in for the 6-foot senior center, Callie Olschlager. It is 4-0 Walker-Hackensack-Akeley in front. Claire Dahl runs the point. Emily Hannigan deep on the left side wing. Ball screen from Travis. A little reach in by C. Got a piece of the ball. Hannigan tracked it down. Pine River-Backus into the corner. Claire Dahl lobs it into Tulenchek, working against Aubrey Morrison. Goes up, top shot, counted and one.
That was a nice option there. Ramsey comes up, sets that pick. The big girl has to go out and pick up Claire Dahl there, and then they got a matchup that they like, and Ramsey will take the ball out of the basket every time when she gets one of the little guards on her like that. That was a good look by Claire.
Junior Caden Borman will check in, our first substitution of the night. She'll replace Kate Travis for the PRB Tigers. Tulenchek, the free throw, this one bricks off the back iron, and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley rebounds. It's 4-2. The visiting Wolves of Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Here's a long pass, and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley turns it over again. Already the 5th turnover on the Wolves.
That was a good trap over here on this side by the girls, and then making that tough pass over the top like that. It's hard to see, and we had a girl in between there, so that was really defensively a good job by the Tigers.
Aubrey Morrison with a near steal. Here's Borman to the high post. Tulenchek just inside the arc. Tigers.
There's a switch we want to see again.
Here's Ramsey inside against Aubrey Morrison. Down on the baseline, lost the handle. Borman retrieved it, and then a good pick as Olschlager anticipated the pass. That's 4 turnovers on PRB. Here's Avery Morrison down on the baseline, kicks it to the corner. Olschlager throws it right into the hands of Borman, and it's been a turnover fest in the first 3.5 minutes. 4-2, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley leads. Claire Dahl with the crossover, and you can tell Aubrey Morrison's trying to time that and get a pick and an easy streak down the other side. Emily Hannigan sets the screen on the near side. Tulenchek kicks it to Borman. She's got to look for 3 in the lead. Got it!
Caden is a pretty good shot when she gets an open look like that. It's good to see again. Kate had the shot, she had the shot. They got to be willing to take those.
Tigers with full court defense. Aubrey Morrison with it, lobs it across the timeline. Good ball movement. Olschlager thought about a long 3. Kicks it to the left side corner for Avery Morrison. Avery brings it up, goes around the back. She'll flip it to Aubrey. Tigers with a 5-4 lead, and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with a reset. Tigers talking on defense, switching the screens. Avery Morrison lost the handle. Olschlager comes up with it, got tipped away by Tulenchek. Another Wolves turnover. Borman up the right side. Tulenchek cutting down to the blocks, goes up, misses another bunny inside, and we're going to get a foul on Claire Dahl on the rebound.
And I think that's 3 shots there really close in that Ramsey's just got to be able to knock down. Maybe she's in a little bit of a rush to get those up quickly, but I got to believe the Wolves are going to settle down here and take a little better care of the basketball than what we've seen so far.
Sophomore Alora Dahl checks in for the Tigers. Mackenzie Raditz, 5'6" junior guard, in for the Wolves. There's a nice stab by C to keep the ball into the hands of the Wolves. Here's the top of the key. Aubrey Morrison had a look, passed it up. Good ball movement by the Wolves. C on the right side wing drops it back to Raditz. Just over 5 minutes off the clock here in our first half. 5-4 Pine River-Backus on the North Point Realty scoreboard. Here's an underhand scoop, and that one is a loose ball. Alora Dahl tracking it down. Oh, I think they could have got a foul on Raditz. She kind of grabbed with 2 hands.
She sure did.
Wolves get the ball, though.
Again, could have been a potential another turnover for, WHA. They're a little bit sloppy right here in the early goings.
Coach Lean, he's been at it a long time. He's sitting pretty calmly on that bench.
He's seen it all,
I was going to mention that in the pregame is there's a steal by Alora Dahl. Hold that thought. Turnover number 8 on the Wolves here in the first half. Barkus across the timeline. They work it to Hannigan. Thought about the 3. Gives it up. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley going into a 2-3 zone, and there's a pass stolen. Aubrey Morrison, her second steal, 5th turnover on Pine River-Backus. Aubrey just about gave it back. Here comes the trap. She wraps it around Hannigan, and there's a pass too high for the cutting alley C, and another Wolves turnover.
That was a sure 2 points if she completes that pass, and I'm not exactly sure why both those girls were open. Somebody is out of position defensively, and Walker just kind of blew a chance right there.
I was going to mention the different sides of the spectrum in terms of coaching experience. 48 years for Lean, 2 for Tucker Sheely. Here's a shot by Borman. That one off the mark from 3, and the rebound knocked out of bounds by Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. It's only the second rebound for PRB, mainly because the Wolves have turned the ball over.
Yeah.
And that's our first offensive rebound tonight. Alora Dahl into the corner. Barkus got a look, wants the three. This one just a shade long. And Aubrey Morrison with another rebound for WHA. Down the middle of the court, she'll flip it back to Olschlager. Trying to go inside, and Ramsey Tulenchek steps in front. Another steal for Tulenchek.
And that was better defensively. Ramsey should be in that area all the time, and I don't know where she's been some of the times, when the girls are wide open. Walker going back to that man, and
there's
bad,
giveaway.
Bad turn. Yeah, giveaway is a good word.
Here's Allie C. as Alora Dahl tried to go inside, and there's Tulenchek stepping in front of another pass. Turnover fest continues as here's Emily Hannikin, and down the left side, a swipe and a foul on Aubrey Morrison. I was going to say, Randy, that we were talking, and you were talking with Ramsey a little bit, and I said you were going to be on the radio, and she kind of gave you a hard time about being tough on her, but it was all in joking.
Right.
But we've seen both teams have a rough start here as Hannah Barkus pumps up a three from the corner. Offensive rebound, Tulenchek put back, that one left short, and again the Tigers come up empty. Aubrey Morrison back the other way, a little bump, and this will be on the floor, and a foul on Emily Hannikin. That'll be the 5th team foul on Pine River-Backus.
And again, Morrison gets the ball out, gets it in the full court. She's going to be tough, and what you just saw there, picking up a foul. Yep, doesn't get the basket, but we got, Emily picks up the foul, and you're right. Ramsey had talking to her before the game and giving her a hard time, but she works hard both ends of the floor here. And does get caught sometimes out of position, but it's not for lack of effort. She's out there playing as hard as she can, and she's fun to watch.
Claire Dahl back in for the Tigers after Walker-Hackensack-Akeley just committed their 12th first half turnover. 5-4 is our score, over 7 minutes off the clock here in the first half. Tulenchek fires one inside to Kate Travis, goes up, she's fouled. That'll be number 2 on Aubrey Morrison, and Kate Travis will go to the line. That was a great advantage of the matchup.
Yep, that was a good look by Ramsey inside. They're good position by Kate to get down in there and kind of push her way and get a lane for Ramsey to see. And the only thing I didn't like about that trip is I thought Claire Dahl had a look at the basket here and just didn't take it. She's going to have to let those fly just like the other girls have been.
First free throw was off the mark. Second one for Travis, nothing but net. 6-4. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley scored the first 4 points of the game. And that's been it. Here's a pass up ahead for the Wolves. They try to go inside to Johansson, and we're going to get a reach and a foul. I think that'll be number 2 on Tulenchek at the 10:30 mark of the first half, and it will.
Now, Ramsey's going to have to really be careful. Coach Shealy maybe have to pull her out for a little bit, give her a little rest and get her back in, but she's going to have to really play smart from this point forward.
Raditz got the inbounds pass. They work it to C inside for Olschlager. She goes too hard off the window. Offensive rebound. This one off to the left. And the rebound out of bounds off Walker-Hackensack-Akeley after Johansson couldn't finish inside.
Again, position, with Walker girls are inside getting those offensive rebounds, and PRB girls standing behind watching and really have been pretty darn lucky.
And here's a pass to Laura Dahl. Tried to lob it in again to Tulenchek, and stepping in front was Olschlager for a steal. 7th turnover on Pine River-Backus. We have 19 combined turnovers and 10 combined points, 8 minutes into our first half on the North Point Realty Kerry Crimmins scoreboard.
I'm really pretty surprised at the turnovers, the way the girls are throwing the ball away, both ends.
Allie C with an air ball over everything. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley another second chance. Raditz to C to Aubrey Morrison. Aubrey, the only Morrison twin on right now. Here's Olschlager, turns, and a shot off the mark. We'll get a foul, and that's going to be number 2 on Emily Hannikin, and that will also put the Wolves into the bonus the rest of the first half, 9:35 on the clock.
Boy, as a coach, you really hate seeing that bonus come into effect this early in a half. That could make way for a lot of free throw shooting.
First free throw for Olschlager was good. This was a shooting foul regardless, so she had 2 coming. Second one to tie us up at 6, and it rolls in. 6 apiece. That's it for offense so far with 9:30 to go in our opening half. Devin Kruger, Randy Schwegel joining you on Talk 100 rjbroadcasting.com, and yourliveevent.com. Thank you to all of our sponsors and advertisers. Claire Dahl to the near side to Kate Travis, going to drive to the baseline, and we're going to get an offensive foul on Claire Dahl for an illegal screen, so that will be her second personal.
I think what Pine River's got to do at this point in time is, when Walker plays that zone, they got to look to put the ball. Somebody's got to try to put the ball on the floor and penetrate a little bit and then kick it out, look for shooters. And right now, they're bunching up on Ramsey, and nobody's willing to take that ball in there.
Alora Dahl taps a pass on the perimeter into the backcourt. Allie C tracks it down, gets a high ball screen from Olschlager. Aubrey Morrison between the circles, tries to fire a pass in. Ramsey Chulinchek steps in front. Her fourth first-half steal. Chulinchek to Travis, back to Chulinchek. Driving baseline, kicks it to the corner. Dahl, Claire Dahl to Alora, to Travis. 3, right side wing. This one a tad long, and the rebound to Walker-Hackensack-Akeley.
I like that offensive possession, though, by PRB. They got the ball moving around and got a good look.
Hey, we're going to have a timeout. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with 8:30 to go in our first half on the North Point Realty scoreboard. It's 6 apiece in the first half. This is Northland Conference Girls Basketball on KOKS and yourliveevent.com.
Schrupp Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Schrupp Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basements, septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 37 years and still digging it right. Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
6 apiece. That is it for scoring. 8.5 to go in our first half. Aubrey Morrison has the ball for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. She drops to the near side corner to Allie C. Looking for Aubrey cutting, and we're going to get a foul. And the Tigers gave the Wolves a bit of a break. Aubrey was cutting to the basket. That pass is a little in front, but a push from behind on Kate Travis is going to send Aubrey Morrison to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. We just talked about the bonus, Randy. That's team foul number 9. So the next one, the Wolves will have 2 shots every trip. And sure enough, Aubrey misses the front end, and the Tigers rebound.
And we're going to see now, Coach Schilly took Ramsey out of the game, and let's see what what they attempt to do offensively down on this end without Ramsey in the game. And, Kate Travis picking up that foul, just again, a little bit lazy. She should have been over the ball side, and she wasn't there.
Alora Dahl, Kate Travis, Barkus, Hannikin, that's Emily Hannikin, and Borden are the 5 on the floor for the Tigers. Barkus down the left side, gets inside, goes up off the window, left it short. Olschlager rebounds, Aubrey Morrison running. Down the middle, veers to the right. Now sets back between the circles. Tigers in a 2-3 zone as well. They go inside to Olschlager. 6-foot senior goes up. Emily Hannikin, good help defense. She was straight up. Shot missed, but the Wolves get a second chance. They go up top to Allie C. And the Tigers were in a 2-3. Now they look like they went right back to a man-to-man.
Yep, they did, and doing a good job of it, really. The score is, so low at this point. Turnovers, you'd like to think that some of those turnovers are caused by a good defense.
Here's Aubrey Morrison with a drive. The shot rolls out, but she is fouled on the way up. The foul will go against Caden Borman, so that will be her second. And that will send Aubrey Morrison back to the free throw line. This time she'll have a pair. 7:26 to go in the first half. As the first free throw is in, and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley will regain the lead here in the first half, the very low-scoring first half. We were supposed to have 2 other broadcasts on the radio tonight with Homegrown Local Radio. Both of those were postponed. But this one, 2 close teams, they said, what the heck, let's go for it. Avery Morrison back in as Aubrey knocks down both free throws. 8-6, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley in front. Kate Travis, go ahead, Randy.
Well, we talked about, putting them on the line, and Aubrey Morrison, I think in game against, it might have been Park Rapids, she had 17 free throws. So she will put that ball in, from the line.
Hannah Barkus a 3 off the mark, but the Tigers a second chance. Alora Dahl a quick 3 right side wing. That one rolls out, and Olschlager rebounds for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Of course, the Wolves went to the state volleyball tournament. All 5 starters were part of that team.
And you do see that, you get a group of athletic kids coming through at the same time, and they're good in a lot of different sports.
Alexa Johansson, the feed from Avery Morrison, and that bucket, that's the first field goal we've seen in a few minutes. Here's Borman, pump fakes a three on the other side, free throw circle. 10-6, Wolves in front. Alora Dahl looking for a screen from Kate Travis. Emily Hannikin at the top of the key. Borman got another look for three, got another one down, her second of the night.
Yeah, good for Caden. She's not afraid to shoot that ball. Somebody has to step up and do that. That's good to see.
10-9 the lead for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Hannah Barkas swipes the ball away from Avery Morrison, and boy, she almost went. Pine River-Backus wanted a backcourt violation, but it crossed just barely enough where it wasn't all 3 points in the front court, and now we're going to get a foul. That's going to be number 3 on number 3, Caden Borman.
And you hate to see her, just after hitting that shot, she might have to come out of the game right now. And, she's one kid who was, got some potential to shoot that outside shot.
At the free throw line, the 5'4 senior Allie C. has not scored yet tonight, but then again, there just hasn't been much scoring tonight. We're just under 6 minutes left in our first half as the first free throw drops in. It's only 11-9 Walker-Hackensack-Akeley as Claire Dahl and Ramsey Tulenchek are back in for the Tigers, and they're going to wave off the second free throw. C crossed the free throw line too early.
I think the lower this score stays, that's going to benefit the Tigers. If they can keep it down like it is, that's to their advantage.
Claire Dahl to Hannah Barkas. Open look, three on the right side. Got it. It took a good, confident shot, just a bit long. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley rebounds.
Hannah, she can hit that shot the other night against Lake of the Woods. I think she had 20 points, knocked down 5 threes. So she's able to do it. I'm glad to see her shooting.
Here's Olschlager going in. Coach Shealy and the Tiger fans wanted a push-off on Kate Travis. They let it go as Olschlager collects her first field goal tonight. She's got 5, and the Wolves of Walker-Hackensack-Akeley have a 4-point lead. Ramsey Tulenchek double-teamed. Claire Dahl open, top of the key. Got it right through the nylon.
That's good for Claire. Good to see her shoot that shot. That'll help open things up for Ramsey.
13-12, the Wolves in front. 5:05 to go in our opening half on the North Point Realty scoreboard. Avery Morrison, right side, deep on the wing. Brings it up, and a pass almost put it right into the hands of Hannah Barkas. Allie C drives around Barkas, kicks it out. Avery Morrison wants the triple. This one over the top of everything. Kate Travis rebounds.
I think what you're seeing right now is Pine River-Backus comes down, they score, they go into a zone. If they miss, they pick up man right away.
Claire Dahl, right side, on the wing to Tulenchek. Tulenchek driving to the basket, and we're going to get a blocking foul. This is going to go on Olschlager just before Tulenchek collided with Allie C. Olschlager will pick up her first, team foul number 5 on Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, so they still have 1 left to give here in the first half. Claire Dahl will inbound baseline left, looking weak side, and the pass was knocked out of bounds. Emily Hannikin was open coming on the near side, trying to get it to Tulenchek on the blocks.
And it's almost like Claire was looking too hard to that side. She's got to look away a little bit so the defense can't read what's going to happen.
Tulenchek turns in, offensive foul. Ramsey Tulenchek just picked up her third as the Tigers turned it over, and Allie C, she got to the spot.
Yeah, she beat her there. I think that was a pretty easy call by the officials. Tough call for Ramsey. He's got to step off. And we still got quite a ways to go here in the first half.
Alora Dahl checked in for 4:28 to go in the first half. Tulenchek on the bench with 3 and only 2 points. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley leading 13-12. Tigers in the 2-3 zone. Avery Morrison deep in the right side corner. They work to our right as we see it. They kick it out. Avery wants the quick trigger 3. This one is in and out, and Kate Travis grabs the rebound for Pine River-Backus.
And that time defensively, the Tigers did an excellent job of boxing out. I saw 3 girls have a white jersey on their backside and keeping the Wolves out of the lane.
Claire Dahl between the circles. Aubrey Morrison trying to take Claire's right hand away. Here's the high lob. Travis down underneath, double team, kicks it back out to Dahl. Claire Dahl over to Alora. Alora, long pass. Kate Travis, open look for three and another lead change. This one well short of the mark. And the rebound, it's out of bounds. Avery Morrison's foot was on the line. Pine River-Backus will keep it.
Not a bad possession. I mean, they still have the ball, but I think even a little more patient before they pull the trigger. Now with Ramsey sitting on the bench, no rush. There is no need to rush down here on offense.
And as you say that, Claire Dahl puts up a three from the corner. That one just a tad strong. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with the ball in the lead. The 5-1 Wolves, the 3-3 Tigers. Tigers winners of 3 straight. They'll play at the Thornshell Classic in Pillager Monday and Tuesday next week before the holiday break. Now here's a pass tipped away by Claire Dahl. And there's a pass. Alora Dahl cuts in front. Great read by Alora to the other end. She'll put it up too hard off the glass. Claire Dahl rebounds. Her putback is missed. Third chance, Kate Travis, and finally the Tigers get one inside.
Well, that was just hard work, good hustle by the Tigers there to get that point.
I thought you were going to say that was hard to watch.
It was hard to watch.
Avery Morrison, and that's going to be an offensive foul as Hannah Barkis ended up on the deck. They're going to get Olschlager, and she's not arguing that call too much.
Oh, that was a nice job by Hannah to get around in front of her, and she's playing that center position right now because Ramsey's out of there and really working hard and doing a nice job in there.
2:37 to go on the North Point Realty scoreboard in the first half. 14-13 Tigers. These points have been very difficult to come by. Here's a pass, and the Tigers turn it right back over. Allie C with the steal. 25 combined turnovers in the first half. Olschlager from way downtown, and it's way off the mark. Alora Dahl rebounds. Both teams really struggling to score from pretty much all over the court.
They really are shooting a lot of different shots, and things just aren't dropping. I'd be really surprised if we saw this the second half.
Hannikin between the circles. Emily Hannikin gives it off to Claire Dahl. Highs ball screen. Dahl going to go to the left. Aubrey Morrison tried to cut her off. Claire with a low pass. Kate Travis top the key. Good pump fake. Travis with the drive, and she's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line as it is a 1-1. I'm not sure. I don't think that was a shooting foul. I think it's a bonus here. Foul is going to go against Avery Morrison. And nope, they're going to give Kate 2 shots here. I didn't quite think she had started the shooting motion, but she'll get a pair, which is maybe a good thing. First one rims out. Raditz returns for the Wolves, and Aubrey Morrison will take her first break tonight. Wolves have pretty much played 6 players. Travis knocks down the second free throw, and now we see another player come in for the Wolves. First time we see Alia Naz, 5'7" junior forward. 15-13 Tigers, 1:45 to go first half.
I think Coach Leon's a little cautious here. Olschlager has 2 fouls. He doesn't want to get her into that 3-foul situation that's facing Ramsey right now.
Johansson, left side to the free throw line to Naz. She can't quite handle it. Alora Dahl puts the pressure on to Avery Morrison, up to C. Of course, Aubrey Morrison also on the bench right now. And Alora Dahl put a lot of heavy pressure on Allie C. Naz has it, back to C. Avery Morrison. And they go inside. Naz, Hannah Barkis there. Shot is up and good. Tough shot inside by the junior, Alia Naz. And we're tied up 15 apiece.
I think there's a little bit of mix-up defensively. Hannah got caught on the wrong side. I don't know who was supposed to be over, but sure didn't look like everybody was in position to me.
Here's Alora Dahl. She's going to step back for a 3 off the screen. This one rolls off the front. And Allie C grabs the WHA rebound. 50 seconds to go in our opening half. C lost the handle and a foul on Claire Dahl.
I was just going to say you don't want to put them on the line now in the last 40 seconds, and sure enough, that's what we do.
And that's another Tiger starter with a 3rd foul in the first half. That's number 3 on the senior Claire Dahl. 45 seconds to go in our opening half.
Yeah,
so that's 2 starters and Caden Borman with 3 fouls. Allie C at the free throw line, first one in.
Yeah, we have to check at halftime, but maybe you can do it now. How many points do they have at our free throw points?
8.
So half of their points are coming from the line, and as a coach, you just hate to see that.
Sawyer Tulenchik, 8th grader, checks in for Claire Dahl, leaving with the 3 personals. And there's another one in. Allie C makes it 17-15. Tigers into the front court. Kate Travis right side on the wing to Alora Dahl. Alora on the right side looking for a screen from Travis. Allie C cuts her off. Travis down in the lane, kicks it back up top. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Barkus, go ahead, Randy.
They might want to run this down and get the last shot here and, either go in tied or going ahead or down 2, but got a foul here and might turn out better than that.
Foul is going to on Allie C. She tried to cut in front of Sawyer Tulinchek and gets called for a bump and a foul. So Sawyer, the 8th grader, with a chance to get on the scorebook here in the first half against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. A spin of the ball, and the first one around and out. The rebound is loose down on the deck. We're going to have a jump ball, and that will stay with Pine River-Backus. So they'll get another chance here with 20.6 on the clock in our opening half.
I would be really patient now and just get that last shot, go into halftime with the game as tight as it is.
And instead they're going to turn it over on the inbounds. Turnover number 11 in the first half on Pine River-Backus. And Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with a 2-point lead has the basketball with 15 to go. Tigers in the zone defense. Here's Nas with a bounce pass. They kick it up to C. C over to Aubrey Morrison. Long 3 on the way, and this one misses everything. And the rebound slapped in volleyball style by Raditz, but she had stepped on the line first. 4.9 seconds for the Tigers to try to come down and get a shot off here at the end of the half. Alora Dahl will bring it up the middle. She'll go right. She lobs it. Travis, she'll kick it out, and Hannah Barkus way too late. Coach Tucker Shealy doesn't look too happy about it. Looked like he warned them, you have to get a shot off. They didn't get it, and we go to the halftime with only 32 combined points on the scoreboard. On the North Point Realty scoreboard, it is Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 17 and Pine River-Backus 15. The halftime report coming up right after this. This is high school girls basketball on KLKS, Pequot Lakes, Pine River, Backus, rjbroadcasting.com, and online at yourliveevent.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash, open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
PRB Tigers Action with your live event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of your live event and RNJ Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aiken. Enjoy the broadcast.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River is proud to support radio coverage of our area athletes. No matter the sport, they salute the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic thanks all the coaches, staff, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic is located east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate small animal care for your beloved pets.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Hanneken Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hanneken Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hanneken Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hanneken Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannekenInsurance.com. Let Hanneken Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
First half. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 17, Pine River-Backus 15. Devin Kruger, Randy Schwagel with you here at the halftime break. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 5-1. Pine River-Backus winners of 3 straight, and the winner in this matchup last year, 3-3. And this is one of those it's hard to recap this halftime because, quite frankly, Randy, it was a rough first half of basketball.
There's way too many turnovers by both teams. It's, as a coach, you're kind of pulling your hair out. I don't have any left, but, when I was coaching, we kind of set team goals before the game, and we try to keep 12 or less turnovers per game, and holy cow, we're going to, double that, both teams easily, if it continues this way. If you're Coach Shealy, I think he's happy with the score. He's not happy with the way the girls have played, as far as turning the ball over, but he's got to be happy with that score. And on the other side, Coach Leon probably isn't too happy with the score. So we'll see what happens this half. If it stays close like this, you don't have to be a genius to figure out it's anybody's game.
Well, and I think one thing that, a couple things that stand out is just, both teams struggled so much shooting, but more for the Pine River-Backus side is they had more opportunities. They're winning the turnover battle. They're winning the offensive rebound battle, but so many shots missed within 4 feet of the basket that those just, continue to stockpile and compound a tough first half offensively.
Yeah, it really does, and you're right. Those in the paint, really down inside the arc even there. Ramsey missed some early, and then we saw that one little flurry there where we played Annie over, and threw the ball back and forth before they finally did score. But even the outside shots that they're taking, they're good looks. PRB's got some good looks out there. They're just not dropping. They've hit a few, and the girls got to be willing to keep shooting those. It's going to loosen things up, hopefully, for Ramsey inside. Now, Walker, on the other hand, their very last trip down here, Coach Leon had to be happy with that because there was 4 or 5 passes. That ball moved around the outside very well. Again, they got an open look. It didn't go, but it was really a good trip offensively for them.
And I think when you take a look at these two clubs coming in, and Pine River-Backus was scoring 53 a game, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 64 a game, and we're sitting here at 17-15 at the half. You mentioned this is a game of runs. Well, sometimes those runs are just very, very small. If Walker-Hackensack-Akeley scored the first 4, Pine River-Backus scored the next 6, took the lead. We had 4 lead changes and 2 ties. But, here we sit 17-15 at the half. We'll take another quick break. When we come back, we'll go through the first half numbers, and we'll start getting you set for half number 2. Northland Conference girls basketball tonight. It's Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 17, Pine River-Backus 15 on the North Point Realty scoreboard here on KOKS Talk 100 and YourLiveEvent.com.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is once again hosting a breast cancer fundraising tournament. Have some fun and help out a great cause Saturday, January 29th. Everyone is welcome to this 9-pin no-tap tournament starting at 9 a.m. $35 tax-deductible entry fee. Please consider donating items to the silent auction to raise even more. We'll come pick it up. Community Bowl and Pizzeria's breast cancer fundraising tournament, January 29th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for more information, to register, or donate.
And right back with you just to look at the numbers. And Randy, we talked about those turnovers, and here they are to start out the stat recap of the first half with Walker-Hackensack-Akeley leading Pine River-Backus 17-15. I have Walker-Hackensack-Akeley for 15 turnovers in the first half. Pine River-Backus with 11. So we have 32 combined points, 26 combined turnovers. On the rebounding battle, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley has an overall edge of 16-14, but when I talked about the missed opportunities, this is the number I was talking about. Offensive rebounds, half of PRB's rebounds. Now again, part of that's credit to all the turnovers that the Wolves committed, but half of the Tigers' rebounds were on the offensive side of the ball, 7-3. I don't think they got a single second chance point, though, in the first half. Maybe one basket.
I think you're right. They had one, but again, that many offensive rebounds, Coach Shealy's happy with that. Coach Leon's not happy with that. You can't give those second chances, like that. And, you watch the NFL, you watch the NBA, you watch any sporting event, and turnovers kill you. Well, tonight, both teams are turning the ball over so frequently, it's not it's not really hurting anybody.
The fouls are hurting for a bit for Pine River-Backus. They have 3 players with 3 fouls. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 9 for 11 from the free throw line in the first half. PRB 2 for 6, and it's a 2-point game, so you see a big swing advantage of the Wolves in that regard.
Yeah, you sure do, and the biggest problem with that is they're key players for PRB that are in foul trouble, and everybody is important on a team, but there are some kids that are better offensively, skilled offensively, and Ramsey's one of those kids, and I'm not sure what Tucker Shealy's going to do with her this half. He's kind of forced to play her, and hopefully things don't go bad, but she's going to have to back off defensively. Can't afford to pick up that 4th foul anytime too soon. And Caden Boardman, I think, hit 1 or 2, from the outside, and now she's kind of handcuffed as well, sitting on the bench with 3. Claire Dahl, one of the girls with a lot of experience on that team, and need her out on the floor. Tucker doesn't really have a very deep bench, and to be stuck, with the foul situation that they are, hopefully it doesn't hurt them, but time will tell, I'm afraid.
Individually in the first half for the Tigers, Caden Borman leading scorer. In fact, she's the top scorer in the game right now with her 2 threes at 6 points. 4 points for Kate Travis, 3 for Claire Dahl, just 2 points for Ramsey Tulenchik in the first half. She did have 4 steals and 2 assists. Alora Dahl with a couple of nice steals in the first half. For Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, Aubrey Morrison, 5 points, 2 steals. Callie Olschlager, 5 points, 2 steals. 3 points, 2 steals for Allie C. 2 points for Ali Nas, and 2 points for Alexa Johansson. Time for the second half. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley will start with the basketball. Of course, they'll go to our left. They're going to have the Morrison twins, Avery and Aubrey, Allie C., Olschlager, and Johansson, the starting 5 on the floor. Starting 5 for the Tigers as well, with Claire Dahl, Barkus, Emily Hannikin, Ramsey Tulenchik, and Kate Travis. 17-15, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with the lead and the ball to start the second half. Allie C. brings it down the left side. They go up top to Avery Morrison, trying to get Olschlager posting up against Tulenchik. And again, that's where Ramsey's got to stay aggressive, but also be very, very smart. Allie C., right side down in the corner. She'll flip it to Aubrey Morrison. Aubrey looking inside. Good help defense by Kate Travis. They get it into Johansson. To the left side, Allie C. 3 on the way, no. And the rebound knocked on the deck, and Avery Morrison battles for the offensive rebound. Here's a drive on the left side. This one too hard off the glass by Johansson, and Tulenchik rebounds.
A good position by Ramsey there, and to get that rebound. And when they lost there, Hannah Barkus was in good position, just didn't have her hands ready to rebound that ball.
Claire Dahl, right side on the wing. Tigers set up into the half court. Opening minute of the second half. And the Wolves with the lead by 2. Barkus lobs it into Tulenchik. Here comes that double team. Tulenchik puts it on the deck, and we're going to get an offensive foul. And that will be number 4 on Ramsey Tulenchik. Coach Tucker Shealy cannot believe it. He wants an explanation.
That's a killer right there. That's a tough call.
I thought, she had a little lean back to her, but boy, I didn't seem like there was a whole lot of contact there.
No, sure didn't. I think that's a tough call, and now Ramsey's really got to be smart down there. She's going to have to get a lot of help from Kate Travis and
Kate just picked up a foul. That's her second.
And she can't. What I would do if I was Walker now, I'd really push that ball hard into the lane and go right at Ramsey and make her either back off or pick up her 5th.
And Ramsey is going to come out. Caden Borman is going to replace her. Ramsey, of course, very, very upset as she goes to the bench. Wolves inbound. Aubrey Morrison goes up, puts it off the window and in. Aubrey scored the first 4 points for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. That was, in fact, she scored the first field goal of the game with an and one. That was her first field goal since. Wolves by 4. Kate Travis, Claire Dahl, right side on the wing, steps back, puts up the triple. This one off to the right. Travis inside with the offensive rebound, but she can't hang on to it, and the Wolves come away with it.
Kate should have never put that ball on the ground. The girls from Walker got a hand on it right away. She should have just kept that ball up in the air, put it up, or kicked it out.
Here's a shot inside by Johansson that goes off the front of the iron. Borman rebounds. 2 minutes gone here in half number 2 in Pine River. The Wolves leading 19-15. Post-game recap will follow with all of our post-game awards. Emily Hannikin has it over to Borman. Borman on the left side with a pump fake. Now puts it on the deck in the lane. Stops, tries to get a pass off. It was blocked by Johansson, and we're going to have a call and a jump ball on the loose ball, and that's going to stay with Pine River-Backus.
Defensively, PRB's doing a nice job. Same thing with the Wolves. They're getting out on people, not giving them a very good look, and someone's going to have to be willing to shoot that ball.
Well, there's Emily Hannikin. No, Hannah Barkas follow-up. Yes, and a foul.
Yeah, good job by Emily popping out there and taking that shot, and then a great job by Hannah following, getting a read on that and following it up on the weak side.
Foul will go against Aubrey Morrison. That will be her second.
I still think Walker's going to try to pick up the pace of this game a little bit, get things going a little bit quicker up and down.
Three-point play is good. And here comes Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Aubrey Morrison down the right side, goes up. Tough shot against Emily Hannikin. Rebound out of bounds. Great defense by Emily Hannikin on that one.
Yeah, good job. They had her against the sideline here. Good job by Morrison getting out of it. And then a good recovery by PRB again.
Olschlager looking to inbound. Gets it into Allie C. Ball hits the deck. Aubrey Morrison step back. Thought she might have traveled. And now we're going to get a foul as Aubrey Morrison lost control.
Well, I'm not sure what happened there. It almost looked like she tripped over somebody's foot coming in. There really wasn't anything that anybody did, but.
And that's number 4 on Claire Dahl. Younger sister Alora will check in for her.
15 minutes left here. We're going to play a long time without two of our better players.
Walker-Hackensack-Akeley inbounds. Olschlager tosses it over her head to Aubrey Morrison, over to Aubrey. Aubrey, quick trigger three. This one missed everything short. And the Wolves, one thing, in all the stats that I can't keep total shots. I think we would all cringe seeing the field goal percentage tonight.
Yeah, it can't be too impressive.
19-18. Here's Borman wide open underneath. Emily Hannikin with a pump fake, goes in the lane, got it taken away by Allie C. as she lost the handle. Aubrey Morrison, stop and pop on the other end. This one off the mark again, and Pine River-Backus rebounds.
I think that was a nice look by Morrison there. Coming down like that, that's a nice, easy shot for her. And, for a PRB, fortunately, it was a miss.
Allie C. being very aggressive, tapped it into the backcourt. Alora Dahl chased it down. Kate Travis with a high ball screen. Hannikin left side looking into Travis. Barkas left side corner. Tigers down 19-18, 14-30 to go second half. Here's Borman around Olschlager. Jumper on the baseline off the side of the backboard. Olschlager gets the rebound for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley.
Yeah, that's not bad penetration by Borman there. At least she's willing to put the ball on the ground and try to penetrate against that zone.
Allie C. with it to Olschlager. Olschlager dribbles into the lane, kicks it out. Aubrey Morrison wide open three, and you knew it was a matter of time as she knocks that one down.
Yeah, good kick out. That's what you like to see as a coach, somebody penetrate and then kick it back out when the defense collapses like that. Nice job by Walker there.
Hannah Barkas back on the other end. Thought about taking the three over Aubrey Morrison. Pump fakes a couple times. Now brings it out to the wing. Back to the corner, and she's going to be fouled by Alexa Johansson. That will be foul number 2 on Walker-Hackensack-Akeley here in the second half. Well, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, after 15 first half turnovers, we played over 4 minutes in the second half, and they have not turned it over once yet.
Yeah, I just got to believe that's uncharacteristic for them, to turn the ball over the way they did the first half. You don't get to a 5-1 record like that, turning the ball over that often.
There's Borman with a running shot in the lane. That one rolls off to the right, and Kate Travis is right there for the offensive rebound. Fouled on the putback. She'll have a chance for 2 at the line.
Yeah, good position by Kate there, and that time she didn't put it on the ground and was able to get the ball up quickly and gets to the line.
First free throw, however, short. Allie C. picked up her 3rd. Substitution for WHA. Raditz returns, replacing Aubrey Morrison. Second free throw for the junior Travis. That one splashes through. She's had 3 trips to the free throw line. Every time it was a miss followed by a make.
Yep, it was every single one.
She's consistent at least. 13:35 to go on the North Point Realty scoreboard. Olschlager, and that one tipped away by Alora Dahl. The ball is loose, though, couldn't collect it. Here's Johansson. Johansson with the runner, that one way off the mark, and we're going to get a foul on the rebound, and we're going to get a foul against Olschlager on the rebound. That'll be her third for WHA. Her and Allie C have now become the first foul trouble victims for the Wolves.
Yeah, Olschlager, that was an easy call again. You said that in the first half, a couple easy calls. That one was easy for the officials to make.
Borman, left side, lobs it into Travis, working against C. Travis powers her way in for the bucket.
Good job by Kate to use her left hand over there and protect the ball.
Kate Travis with 7. 22-21. Here's Johansson on the other end. That one off the mark. Travis a little slow to get up. Barkus picks up the loose ball rebound. And now we're going to get a reach and a foul going to be called on Aubrey Morrison. That will be number 3 on Aubrey.
Things are starting to swing a little bit the other way with foul-wise. And Coach Leon's going to be forced to make some decisions here as well as his personnel.
Nas checks back in for Johansson. Barkus will toss it into the backcourt for Alora Dahl. 5 minutes gone in the second half. 22-21, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Caden Borman working against Olschlager, the 6-footer. Kate Travis at the free throw line. Travis kicks it out to Barkus. Pump fakes. Barkus steps back, 3 for the lead. It's in and out, and the rebound to Aubrey Morrison. Morrison looking to run down the left side. Allie C spots up for a triple. This one bounces off the mark, and the rebound knocked out of bounds by Walker-Hackensack-Akeley as the shooting woes continue for the Wolves.
I think Hannah Barkus there about 3-4 times now. She catches the ball and she gives us a little shot fake. I think she needs to catch that ball and shoot it. She's open and really doesn't do anything with it right away. She's got to be ready to shoot that ball.
Here's Caden Borman. In some trouble, Emily Hannikin to the left side, Alora Dahl. She wants the 3. This one's good, and the Tigers are back in front.
All right, that's just what I was talking about. Alora catches the ball, shoots it, gets the shot off quickly, and I think, Hannah Barkus can do the same thing.
Pine River-Backus is on a 9-3 run. It's taken a lot of time, but a 9-3 run, and it's 24-22, Tigers in front.
I think the more time PRB takes right now is good for them.
Nas into Olschlager with the runner. This one rolls off the left side, and that's going to be number 4 on Caden Borman.
And it's a tough matchup right now for the Tiger girls inside. They just don't have anybody to match size in there, and they're getting caught. Olschlager spreads out and takes up a lot of space that they can't get around, and it's a serious disadvantage when she does catch that ball.
First free throw for Olschlager is perfect. She's hit 4 in a row. She's 4 for 5 from the free throw line. That's her first point this half. She's got 6. Brianna Hannikin, sophomore, comes in for the first time for the Tigers. She'll replace Caden Borman. As Coach Shealy has 3 players on the bench with 4 fouls. Second free throw rolls around and out. And sure enough, Coach Shealy is saying, hey, take some time and be patient. Alora Dahl to Hannah Barkus. Barkus looking inside, nothing there. 11:35 to go, tons of time to play here in Pine River with the PRB Tigers leading 24-23. Kate Travis against Allie C, fouled, and that will be number 4 on the senior, Allie C. And Kate Travis, I think she maybe has learned a couple things from Ramsey just in the way that she's getting the ball and immediately turning and going to the basket.
Yeah, she is going to the basket pretty well here.
First free throw rolls out.
All right, how much money you want to bet on this one here now?
Whew. I do like patterns, but I'm also a big believer in the announcer jinx.
Yeah.
Second one on the way. There, she kept it steady. 25-23. Avery Morrison returns as Allie C heads to the bench for the Wolves with 4 personal fouls.
I don't think either one of these teams has a real deep bench. They can go maybe 6, 7 girls deep, and after that it really falls off. So fouls are obviously going to be a big factor.
Aubrey Morrison got loose, and Raditz found her. That was a mistake. Aubrey Morrison knocks down the triple. The Wolves back in front, 26-25, 11:05 to play. Emily Hannikin left side in the corner to Alora Dahl. Alora looks to the right side to Brianna Hannikin. She'll give it right back to Alora. Kate Travis trying to post up Avery Morrison down underneath. A lot of weaving and dribbling out on the perimeter for the PRB Tigers. Emily Hannikin drops down to Brianna, her younger sister. Gets the entry pass into Travis. Tries to kick it back out, almost stolen away. Tigers back it out I think Coach Shealy just wants a reset so they can take a breath.
Yeah, just take their time. That ball going into Kate Travis, she doesn't have a real big advantage in there, and the Wolves do a good job of collapsing. So, she's either got to have a quick trip to the basket or that ball shouldn't go in there at all.
10:18 to go here in the second half. Hannah Barkus and the Tigers are taking a lot of time on this possession. Now, of course, in a couple of years, they won't be able to do that as Olschlager slaps a pass out of bounds. Of course, Randy, you've probably heard in 2 years, 35-second shot clock will be implemented in Minnesota high school basketball. Maybe in the postgame, if we get a chance, I'd like your thoughts on that, as there's a reach-in, and Aubrey Morrison commits a personal, and we talked about that foul situation, and it is going to be foul number 7. It's bonus time for Pine River-Backus. 10:06 to go in the second half.
All right, I'm going to bet $100 right here she hits the first one this time.
You like that? You want those odds? Oh, I'm glad I didn't take it. It rolls in.
The shot clock was something that's bound to come. I mean, it was going to happen. It's an expensive deal for schools, to put all the clocks in and hire someone to run them each night and stuff, but in a typical game, I don't think it'll be a factor. In a game like this tonight where they're running the clock, trying to get some players back in the game, yeah, it certainly is.
Kate Travis has her first 2-for-2 trip to the free throw line. Travis.
Ramsey's back on the floor now. We'll see how long. Hopefully.
At the 10-minute mark. And here's Aubrey Morrison, one of the best scorers that we could see all year, missing a bunny with Tulenchek letting her have the basket.
Yes.
And that's enough. That's a tough night. Emily Hannikin out to Alora Dahl. Alora going to pump up the three. This one off to the right, and the rebound to Olschlager. Aubrey Morrison looking to run. Aubrey hesitates, kicks it out to Avery. Avery wants the triple. This one off to the right, and the rebound's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Emily Hannikin. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley keeps it.
I think Emily, she's a little frustrated, thought maybe over back call, but she's got to make that obvious. She needs to get that space closed up between her and the Wolves girl.
Pine River-Backus 27, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 26. 9:25 to go. Nas has it for the Wolves into Johansson. Johansson, nice pass, all wide open. On the other side was Raditz for a very easy lay-in, her first bucket of the evening. And here's where it sometimes gets fun in the lead change tally. 1 point game.
That
again was 1 point. They got the scoreboard 28-26. Now here's a shot inside. Tulenchek got the offensive rebound, got it taken away. Coach Shealy thought there was a foul and didn't get the call.
It doesn't seem like anything is going Ramsey's way tonight. I think Coach is right. There's a lot of slapping going on in there, but no call.
Aubrey for a three. Front iron, no. A rebound to Alora Dahl. I don't have the Wolves for a single turnover in the second half, Randy.
Yeah, I can believe that. They used them all up the first half.
Here's Tulenchek inside. Got a bump, counted and one. Olschlager picks up the personal. Her fourth. Only the second score tonight for Ramsey Tulenchek.
Yeah, and you got, she's, like you said, only a couple baskets, but you got to give Walker-Hackensack-Akeley a lot of credit. They're doing a great job of doubling down and tripling over on her and not giving her good looks.
Tulenchek hoping for the three-point play. This one front iron, no for the free throw. The scoreboard has 28-28. I have 29-28. The Tigers in front. Aubrey Morrison into the lane, going up against Tulenchek. She let her go. She missed the shot again. And on the rebound, we're going to get a foul on Walker-Hackensack-Akeley.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to that score. There was 27 at one time.
I thought there was. Somebody talked to Dave down there.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Dave is he's not going to make a mistake in that direction.
Well,
but you never know.
I like to think I'm pretty solid too.
Well, 27 was up there. You're absolutely right.
Emily Hannikin's at the line. It's a 1-and-1, and the first for the senior is off the back of the rim. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with it. We have to go by the scoreboard because that's official as of right now. 28 all. Here's Aubrey Morrison. Got another look for three. This one is around and out. Tulenchek grabs the PRB rebound. Up the left side. Tie game, 8 to go. Tulenchek in some traffic. Kicked it out. Emily Hannikin thought about three. Kicks it to Alora Dahl. Alora to Claire on the near side, deep on the wing. Looking in for Tulenchek. Olschlager reached across, and that is number 5. And Olschlager has fouled out with 7:53 to go.
Good job by the Tigers to go right in there, right at her with that 4 fouls like that, and she just got caught out of position. Good job, Ramsey working in there hard, getting that position and putting her in bad shape, and took advantage of it. Nice pass by Claire to get it in there.
7:53 to go when the Tigers are in the double bonus the rest of the way. Tulinchek, 4 points tonight, and that is her first make from the free throw line as she knocks down the first.
You know, it's kind of interesting how things, WHA was on the line in the bonus, double bonus early, and this half now it's the other way around.
Tulinchek knocks down both, 30-28 in favor of Pine River-Backus. On the North Point Realty scoreboard, pass inside to Johansson, goes up, tough shot, no, rebound to Nas, and we have a jump ball. Tulinchek tied her up. It will stay with the Wolves.
You know, one thing with Oschlager out of the game, Ramsey just can't think everything's going to be free and easy in there now. She still has to play smart basketball and not pick up her fifth.
Raditz tosses it in to Johansson, up top to Allie C. She's got 4 fouls for the Wolves. Here's a drive and a pass down to Nas, and we're going to have a kick from Caden Borman. Borman, Tulinchek, and Claire Dahl all have 4 fouls for PRB. 7:33 on the clock in the second half. Allie C looking inside for Aubrey Morrison. She's open on the baseline. Gets it, the runner in the lane. Alora Dahl might have got a piece of it. Johansson offensive rebound, no. Tulinchek clears the glass for the Tigers. And Walker-Hackensack-Akeley has struggled shooting all night long. Claire Dahl, left side wing to Borman. Borman has it if she wants it, takes the 3. This one in and out. Claire Dahl underneath, had position, but the rebound got tapped out to C.
I think that, again, that was a good look by Caden. You know, maybe a little bit of a rush to get that off, but still open shot like that, you got to be willing to take them sometimes.
Aubrey Morrison with the bucket. She had 5 in the first half. She has 10 in the second half. She's got 15 for the Wolves. 30-30 on the scoreboard. 6:50 to go. Tulinchek underneath. Got a tough shot. No, but a foul on Johansson.
And the inside game now definitely the advantage goes to PRB with Oschlager out of the game. And I think Coach Shealy's got them looking right in that direction. Get it inside if they can and let Ramsey go to work.
Number 3 on Johansson. And the first free throw for Tulinchek straight through the cylinder.
You know, on the other side, if I'm WHA, I'm making sure that Aubrey Morrison has that ball every trip down the floor, or at least gets a look at the basket. She's the one thing that's going well for them. I think they need to take advantage of her a little more than they are.
First free throw good, second free throw out. 31-30 on the scoreboard, 6:40 to go in the second half. Aubrey Morrison has it, gets a high screen from Nas, crosses over, gets another screen from C. C on the right side into Johansson, working, and she dumps it out. Here's a long 2 by Raditz. That one front iron, no. Alora Dahl rebounds. Tigers have a chance to run a bit if they want. Pass ahead to Claire Dahl, though it's turned over.
That was a bad choice by Alora there. Claire was not open. That ball should have never went there.
Raditz has it for WHA. Aubrey Morrison, open 3, left side on the wing. No, Ramsey Tulinchek rebounds again.
I like the way Ramsey comes out of there with the ball. She does a nice job pushing it.
Tulinchek down to Claire Dahl, and Dahl gets fouled by Mackenzie Raditz. That will put the senior Claire Dahl at the line for 2. Avery Morrison getting set to come back in. I've been keeping my running score still where I have 32-30. It says 31-30 on the scoreboard. The first free throw for Claire Dahl is off to the left.
And I think Tim Tunkseth is down there right now talking to Dave. I'm not sure if that's what it's about, but
6:02 on the clock. Claire Dahl's second free throw. This one rolls off the left. Tigers come up empty. Under 6 to play. 31-30 on the scoreboard for Pine River-Backus. Aubrey Morrison with the basketball for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Pulls it out. She's got the Dahl sisters both looking at her as the Tigers are in that 2-3 zone. Nas to the cutter. Johansson goes up. No good. Kate Travis with great defense in the lane. Coach Shealy saying take the time as here's Claire Dahl. Well, she's got an open look for a big 3. This one, no. Aubrey Morrison rebounds. She sprints out. Morrison to the right side, almost lost the handle. We're going to get a foul on Claire Dahl. They'll count the basket and one.
Well, I'm not sure what Claire did over there. She was being very cautious. She must have bumped her, though, going by.
And that will be number 5 on Claire Dahl. The senior will foul out with 3 points at the 5:21 mark. Tulenchek will come back in. 32-31, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley and Aubrey Morrison a chance for the 3-point play.
And I think we said at the beginning of the game, she's going to get the ball and get out and run and put people, in foul trouble, and that's just what's happening here.
Timeout, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. 5:21 to go on the North Point Realty scoreboard. It's 33-31 on the scoreboard here. It is Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with a 2-point lead. Back with more after this on KOKS Talk 100, rjbroadcasting.com, and yourliveevent.com.
At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we aspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage for the PRB Tigers, thank the sponsoring businesses you see advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise. That's yourliveevent.com. Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
Welcome back. Devin Kruger, Randy Schwagel with you. Guess what? It's 33-32 Walker-Hackensack-Akeley.
That is correct.
Okay. Tigers with the basketball. 5:18 to go. I'm not saying anything, Randy. Hand to Marcus with the basketball for the Tigers. Down 1. Tulenchek in the lane. Goes up. Puts the runner off the window and in.
And that's kind of her favorite move. It has been for a couple years. Go strong and quick to your right side.
We've had 10 lead changes. Aubrey Morrison goes around. Tulenchek goes up and scores. Now we're seeing what Aubrey Morrison can do. 35-34, and the Tigers right back at it. Tulenchek underneath, gets the roll inside of Nas.
Well, I think you're going to see this going back and forth. Morrison one way, Tulenchek the other. The other direction. They're both the best offensive weapons either school has.
Morrison with the drive, puts it high off the glass. No, rebound tapped up. It's picked up by the Wolves. They kick it out. 3 for LEC, and she drains a big one on the offensive rebound. Johansson with the battle gets the kick out. 38-36, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, and suddenly the offenses are coming alive.
And you're going to see Walker now. They switched into a zone here. Coach Leon trying to contain Tulenchek if he can, but again, she's going strong to the basket.
Third tie tonight, 38-38, 4 minutes to go. Aubrey Morrison dumps it back to C, to Nas. Nas for a long 2, missed everything to the right. PRB basketball.
I think right now they got to make sure they have somebody on Morrison, make sure they know where she's at. She is, she's the girl right now that I'd be going to if I was Coach Leon.
All five timeouts remain for the PRB Tigers. 3 for the Wolves. Possession arrow favors Pine River-Backus. Kate Travis into Tulenchek. She's double teamed. She kicks it out. Emily Hannikin, corner 3. This one, just a bit too strong. And Nas rebounds for the Wolves. She outlets to the near side to Allie C. C dumps it back to Avery Morrison. To Aubrey between the circles. Fouls, 10+ double bonus for PRB. The Tigers have 1 foul to give. Here's Johansson, left side to Nas, back to Johansson, spins, puts it up over Tulenchek, no, and Allie C battling for the rebound, knocks it out of bounds. Tigers basketball.
Again,
most interesting stat, turnovers in the second half.
Yeah.
4 for Pine River-Backus. I have 0 for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley.
Yeah, you just couldn't believe. Again, I'll go back. Maybe it was the jitters right away at the beginning of the game. Big game. Girls are a little bit nervous, and things don't go well right away. But yeah, much better basketball this half.
3:05 to go. Tigers inbounding on the near sideline after a pass was tipped out of bounds. Alora Dahl to Kate Travis in the corner. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley in the zone, trying to keep it from Tulinchek. Here she goes, attacks the basket. Tough shot, and she gets another one. 14th lead change tonight. Allie C, left side on the wing. Johansson looking inside, it's not there. Avery Morrison to Aubrey. Pump fakes the three, goes in. Tulinchek with the block. Johansson has it ripped out of her hands by Hannikin, but the Wolves will have another second chance.
Well, I think Ramsey was really, really lucky on that last play. She's got to stay in the ground and just hold her ground and not jump like that. She'll get her fifth and be out of the game.
20 points for Aubrey Morrison for the Wolves. Tulinchek 15 for Pine River-Backus. Aubrey for another open three. This one's off to the left, and the rebound is out of bounds. Last touch by Johansson and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Now, I just gave you those point totals. Morrison and Tulinchek combined for 7 at the half.
Yeah.
We have a timeout on the floor. Coach Jim Lean for the Wolves takes another one with 2:23 to go on the North Point Realty scoreboard. PRB 40, WHA 38. More after this on KOKS, RJBroadcasting.com, and YourLiveEvent.com.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
Devin Kruger, Randy Schwegel with you, and boy, we talked about how this has been as close as it gets, splits during the season. PRB won the matchup last year. We have less than 3 minutes to go in a 2-point game, and there's foul trouble all over the place. I mean, this is really interesting going to be for this final 2:23.
Yeah, how this shakes out at the very end here, this last couple minutes, this is when it gets really fun.
Walker-Hackensack-Akeley will have a little token full court press. They try to, they get the turnover. Avery Morrison anticipated the long cross court pass, cut in front of it, tipped the ball loose. Emily Hannikin knocked it out of bounds, and the Wolves get a big turnover out of the timeout.
A pass like that, there was absolutely no reason for her to throw that pass.
Oh, and the Tigers, Tulinchek, her 5th steal, and that's the first Wolves turnover of the second half, as Tulinchek repaid the favor by great anticipation. Alora Dahl, left side wing to Barkus. Travis is wide open underneath. Barkus finds her. Travis reverse layup. No. Tulinchek, jump ball. Well, we got one saying a jump. We have one saying a foul. The officials are going to have to talk about this. It's going to be an offensive rebound either way. The question is, was it a jump or was it a foul? They're going to get a foul. Avery Morrison on the personal. That is her 4th. And Tulinchek's at the line for 2.
There was a nice pass across the lane to Kate Travis, but I don't understand why she brought it to the defense and tried to shoot a reverse. She was wide open. All she had to do was put it off the glass.
Tulinchek's first free throw is off to the left. She is now 3 for 7 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, free throws hasn't been one of her strong points all through her career, but on her behalf, she is getting better at them.
Second one is good. 41-38, 150 to go here in Pine River tonight. Northland Conference girls hoops. Here's a pass inside. Nas all alone puts the leaner up and in, assisted by Johansson. Alia Nas, just her 2nd bucket of the night.
Again, somebody didn't quite rotate the way they were supposed to and left her wide open there on the defensive side.
Pine River-Backus breaks the press with 90 seconds to go. Hannah Barkus to Emily Hannikin. She's wide open in the corner for 3, elects not to take it. And now a nice pass fake gives it to Alora Dahl. Kate Travis in the corner, looking, put the ball on the deck, and now she's in some trouble, and she passes to Alora Dahl, cut into the lane, fouled, count the bucket and 1.
Boy, that turned from a really kind of bad situation into a good offensive trip for PRB. Kate Travis, like you said, put the ball on the ground, didn't go anywhere, and then she's got caught with it. Lucky Alora Dahl made a cut to the basket the way she did, and then Kate did throw a nice pass to her.
Raditz came in, but Aubrey Morrison is still on the floor, and she has 5 personal fouls. Not sure that Coach Lean knew that. Aubrey Morrison just picked up her 5th, so now Coach Lean will either have to send Johansson right back in, or he'll have to go deeper into the bench, and he's going to dig a little deeper. 5'4" junior Paige Nornberg comes in. Aubrey Morrison did not score tonight.
Yeah, she had a tough night, but I'm sure she'll be back. She'll put the ball in the basket for them as the season goes on. She's a pretty good player.
Alora Dahl for the three-point play, no, and it's rebounded by Walker-Hackensack-Akeley.
Now PRB's got to make sure they don't put the Wolves on the line. They just got to play good defense, hopefully, for some stops.
Oh, here's Allie C for an open 3 in the tie. It's off the mark, off the back iron. Scramble for the rebound, and we're going to get a jump ball, and it will go to Pine River-Backus.
Hannah Barker's got to do a better job of keeping Morrison away from the basket. She was there. She just didn't do a good job of boxing out.
Tucker Sheely calls a timeout with 54 seconds to go. Randy, you might not know about this, but I have a rule. You never break away with under a minute to go. You don't take any chances there. So that'll give us a nice little chance here to talk the strategy. For Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, they're going to press. I think PRB has been, for the most part, they've been good with the ball handling. They've been using pass fakes. And how much time, if you're the Wolves, do you let go off before you foul with a 3-point deficit?
What you got to do is they're going to put pressure on the inbounds pass. Try to get a 5-second call, and then they're going to come up hard and go for the steal. But you don't let a lot go right now. You're going to have to. If I'm coaching, I'm going to let them go 10 seconds or less before you have to make that foul.
And the Wolves already out of their huddle and already setting up that full court press. Probably, and if you are going to go for the steal, and what you see sometimes is, at first, for those few 2-3 seconds, they're going to trap.
Yeah, they're going to come at it right away. And maybe if they don't get the steal, then it's a foul immediately.
Tucker Sheely, of course, has to also realize that he's got four timeouts left after this one. The possession arrow, of course, now favors Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. The inbounds goes to Alora Dahl. Here comes the trap, and we're going to get a foul. Aubrey Morrison, and Allie C was there too. And the Wolves don't like the call. Coach Lean is asking. They're going to get Aubrey Morrison. That is her 4th, and it's going to be a double bonus. Coach Lean talking it over with the official. Not real happy with that call. Alora Dahl to the free throw line. 5 points off the bench for the sophomore tonight. She's 0 for 1 from the free throw line. It is a double bonus, and the first one's good. It's a 2-possession game. Pine River-Backus 44. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 40 with 51 seconds to go on the North Point scoreboard.
And now we're back to it where it's really going to be important for the Tigers not to foul and put them on the line with the clock stopped.
Aubrey Morrison drives left side, goes up. No, it's off the mark. She got her own rebound.
Again, Ramsey Tulenchek really, really lucky there. And I know there's not much time left in the game.
And Ramsey, you just talked about it. Yeah. Ramsey left her feet. Got the block on the second go-round with Aubrey Morrison. And wait a minute, they're calling this on Emily Hannikin. That will be her 3rd.
And one official, I think, did have his hand up on that earlier play, but let it go. And I don't know if that would have been on Ramsey either, but possibly a foul, which would have put him on the line.
Well, and they are going to be at the line. It will be a 2-shot foul. So now 37 seconds ago, Coach Jim Lean is going to take a timeout. He doesn't look too thrilled. The timeout will be a full timeout. 44-40 Pine River-Backus. So Walker-Hackensack-Akeley will be left with 1 timeout remaining. And of course here at PRB they have the timeout clock, so I can't remember exactly how many seconds were left. Something like 30, about 30, 31, something like that. Truth be told, Randy, you're an AD. This drives me nuts with the timeout clock.
Yeah.
But 44-40. So, but again, like you said, now Walker-Hackensack-Akeley has that chance to score. Yep. There is a little bit of a relief for the Tigers, though, that was not called on Tulenchek.
Yeah, really, really fortunate. And, we're up here. We see it from this angle. The officials are, down there, a different angle and stuff. You just never know, And as a coach, I'm sure Coach Leon obviously frustrated, but he'll get over it. He's been through enough of these. He'll be okay. But right now, this game is still up in the air.
Aubrey Morrison is at the free throw line. She's 4 for 5 so far tonight.
Now, the PRB girls, they've got 4 timeouts left here. If they can't get the ball in, call the timeout and get things set up.
37.3 seconds on the clock. Coach Lean still talking with the official, and I'm not sure if that was, if the discussion was solely on this round as Aubrey Morrison misses the first free throw. If he felt it was just on Tulenchik or if he wanted one earlier, whatever the case was, he was pleading his case pretty well. Second free throw for Aubrey. This one is good. So she hits 1 of 2. It's a 1-possession game. And Ramsey Tulenchik gets the inbounds. She lobs it to Emily Hannikin, to Alora Dahl. Alora up the far side, and now she gets bumped into and turns it over. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with it, and then a foul on Alora Dahl with 28 seconds to go. That's going to put Paige Nornberg, who has not seen much time, to the line. That is team foul number 7, and it's a 1-and-1 for Nornberg.
I saw a situation just like this a year or so ago when PRB was playing Pequot Lakes and had a lead like this and ended up, doing just this thing, fouling and putting Pequot on the line, and ended up losing the game because of that.
Nornberg missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Ramsey Tulenchik grabbed the rebound. She was immediately fouled by Nas. And with 26.7 on the clock, Ramsey Tulenchik at the line for 2 with a 44-41 PRB advantage. Crowd quiets as Tulenchik takes a breath. First free throw off to the right, no good.
A lot of people remember free throws that are missed at the end of the game, but I keep reminding when I was coaching, hey, the ones you miss at the first count 1.2. So, whenever they come, they still count.
Second one off to the right. Still a 1-possession game. Aubrey Morrison left side, and we're going to get a timeout. Coach Jim Lean, this will be the Walker-Hackensack-Akeley's final timeout. So here we go, 20 seconds to go. 44-41 in favor of Pine River-Backus. It's a 30-second timeout for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley with 20.1 seconds to go. So this is where I've seen the game of basketball change a lot, is I've seen so many teams jack up a 3 in this situation, and you don't need one.
Well, they really don't need one, but I'm not sure what Coach Lean is drawing up, what he's looking for, but I can guess who's going to end up with the ball.
Would that be number 2?
Yes, absolutely. I would make sure she had some kind of look at the basket, whether it's a 2 or a 3, I don't know. But
see, and this is where, sometimes coaches, not a guy like Lean or not a guy like you that had coached for a long time, sometimes they overthink things. I wouldn't mind personally seeing them set up something for Allie C from beyond the arc.
And that's your second option, no question about it.
Aubrey Morrison's going to toss it in. She goes into the corner. She cuts to the basket. She's got a pump fake. She drives to the right side, kicks it. There's Allie C for a 3 in the tie. It's off the front of the rim. It's off the mark. It's out of bounds, and it's going to go to Pine River-Backus with 11.6 on the clock. Well, you just talked about their 2 options, and they had both. PRB did a great job on Aubrey Morrison. The inbounds to Tulenchik, and she's quickly fouled by Nornberg.
Yeah, they got exactly what I think Coach Lean wanted. Either Morrison going to the basket, and getting a good look, or kick it out and have C, jack that 3, and that's what they did. It just, didn't quite fall the way I'm sure they wanted it to.
2 more free throws coming for Ramsey Tulenchik. 14 points this half, 16 in the game. Had just 2 in the first 18 minutes. First one for the junior, off to the right.
Yeah, this is a big one right here. She needs to make this free throw.
And Coach Tucker Shealy is going to take a timeout. Now, this will get interesting because some people would immediately say, why is he icing his own free throw shooter?
No.
Well, she's missed 3 in a row, and I think this might actually give him a chance to just say, Ramsey, just calm down, knock this down, and then here's what we're going to do.
Well, I think what he's going to do is go over the options. If we're down 3, up 3, this is what we got to do defensively. Get out and guard the 3-point line now, because there's only, 10 seconds left.
Yep.
If we're up 4, just get down underneath the basket, let them shoot a 3, make sure we get the rebound, get the ball. Actually, depending on how much time, they might not have to throw it in.
Now, here's an interesting concept because we've seen this over the last couple of years. Even if, whether it's especially if it's a miss, if you can force Walker-Hackensack-Akeley to take 3 seconds to bring it up to half court, do you then foul so they can only score 2 at the line? We've seen coaches do it.
Yeah, I have too, but I'm not in favor of that because I've seen teams come out, foul like that and get a long rebound and get a look at the basket after that missed free throw. Make the foul, make a free throw, miss the second one on purpose. I think you keep them off the line, just slow them down, like you said, make them take some time, but don't put them on the line.
Ramsey Chulinchek does a little extra neck stretch before this second free throw. It's on the way, and she hits it.
And now it's easy. Just don't foul. Let them come down.
Aubrey Morrison to Allie C. to Morrison. The Tigers won't even have to inbound it. Here's a three. It's off the mark. The rebound is loose. Chulinchek has it. There's the buzzer, and Pine River-Backus gets the victory. Ramsey Chulinchek knocks down the second free throw to make it a 4-point game. The Wolves only get one shot on the offensive end, and Pine River-Backus will take round one of this Northland Conference Championship, and they have won 4 in a row. Our final score on the North Point Realty scoreboard, Pine River-Backus 45, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 41. We'll start the post-game recap next. What a contest tonight at the home of the Tigers here on KLKS Talk 100, rjbroadcasting.com, and yourliveevent.com.
Schrupp Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Schrupp Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basements, septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 37 years and still digging it right. Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash, open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
PRB Tigers Action with your live event is made possible by the advertising businesses you see throughout this broadcast. They help ensure that we can bring you the coverage at the best price, free. Please thank and support our sponsoring businesses. If you own a business or your organization wants to reach the listeners and viewers of your live event and RNJ Broadcasting Incorporated, go to yourliveevent.com and click advertise or contact one of the offices in Brainerd or Aiken. Enjoy the broadcast.
Help out a great cause Saturday, January 29th. Everyone is welcome to this 9-pin no-tap tournament starting at $35 tax-deductible entry fee. Please consider donating items to the silent auction to raise even more. We'll come pick it up. Community Bowl and Pizzeria's Breast Cancer Fundraising Tournament, January 29th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for more information, to register, or donate.
Devin Kruger, Randy Schwagel back with you. Final score tonight, Pine River-Backus 45, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 41. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley falls to 5-2 overall, 2-2 in the Northland Conference. Tigers have won their 4th in a row. They're 4-3 overall, 2-0. It was 17-15. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley at the half. Pine River-Backus outscored the Wolves 30-24 in the second half. Wolves 1 turnover in the second half, but the shooting woes ended up playing. I mean, if I'm going to look at one thing from tonight's game, it's that Walker-Hackensack-Akeley really struggled shooting.
Yeah, they really did, and I'm sure they're a better shooting team than we saw tonight. I don't know C ended up with 20. I think she's averaging somewhere in the 20-25. So she had an okay night, but there wasn't much from anybody else really on the Wolves side. PRB on the other side, they need Ramsey to score, in the second half she did. The first half, yeah, she had some foul troubles and didn't score, but, it got to be the second half. You see Morrison one end and Chulinchek on the other end of the game. Much, much more enjoyable basketball to watch the second half than the first half.
We said it was a rough first half. And then, of course, we talked in the first half, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley had such an advantage from the free throw line. They were 9 of 11 compared to 2 of 6. Now, the Tigers didn't have a great percentage from the free throw line, but Pine River-Backus shot 24 free throws in the second half compared to 6 for the Wolves.
Yeah, and that's a game changer right there. That's a lot of free throws being shot, by the Tigers in the second half. Yeah, I'm not sure what their percentage was. It wasn't great. I know that. Kate Travis missing the front end all the time.
Are you out of here?
So, Ramsey didn't shoot them well. Kate didn't shoot them well, but they shot a lot of them, so it ended up being okay.
And something that I remember I had to point this out in another game, too, is that you had, the foul trouble creeped in early for Ramsey Tulenchek, and then, Cleardahl ended up falling out of the game. Caden Borman ended up not on the court as much down the stretch, but, Ramsey still found a way to play smart, have a huge impact, and stay on the floor.
Yeah, and I think, looking at from Walker's side, when Oschlager went out of the game, that was a killer for them. They just couldn't defend Ramsey inside after that. So the advantage quickly swung to the Tigers, from that point on.
Tigers get the victory 45-41 over the Wolves of Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. We've got post-game award winners, post-game interviews all coming up as well. Tigers get a big home win tonight here on KLKS Talk 100, rjbroadcasting.com, and yourliveevent.com.
Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River is proud to support radio coverage of our area athletes. No matter the sport, they salute the kids and coaches for all their dedication and wish them all the best of luck. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic thanks all the coaches, staff, and volunteers for taking the time to provide our area kids plenty of opportunities. Country Doc Veterinary Clinic is located east of Pine River on County Road 1, providing compassionate, small animal care for your beloved pets.
From all of us at Enbridge, thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Recap. The PRB Tigers get the victory, 45-41, and Coach already brought some players up here. I'm just going to set my clipboard down so I can get this all figured out. We're going to start with our Enbridge. I bring the energy player of the game as we take a look at, well, let me get the right graphic up there for our Enbridge. I bring the energy player of the game. Enbridge thanks you for supporting the Line 3 replacement project. Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it was done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. Thank you. The Enbridge energy player of the game, Ramsey Tulenchek, knocked down 15 of her 17 points in the second half. Had 5 steals tonight, and she is the Enbridge. I bring the energy player of the game because the energy was awfully high when you hit that last free throw to make it a 2-possession game. Ramsey, what are you feeling after a win like this?
I'm feeling really good, especially when not all the calls were going our way in the beginning, and we had to really work through that and overcome and achieve everything that we did as a team. And that 2 possessions at the end really got the adrenaline pumping, not gonna lie.
When you have, we've seen the situation come up where you had the 3 fouls in the first half. You picked up the 4th on an offensive foul pretty early in the second half. You have an impact while also having to be very, very smart on the floor. Because however you want to look at it, because you've had the experience of being in that situation, how much does that help now as you have more and more experience at it?
It helps me try to overcome what I have to do, and I really have to use my head. I wasn't quite using my head towards the end of the game, but I had to keep thinking of the situations that I've been in before, and I didn't want to do that again.
I think that the thing that you...
Yeah, go ahead, Randy.
I think the thing that you have to do is be smart at the beginning of the game. When the game gets going, everything is just important at the beginning of the game. Do you ever think of turning it around that way and being smart early?
Well, actually, I was kind of smart early. I do not think a couple of those were fouls, to be quite honest, but that's just me.
Well, you should talk to the officials and see if they change your mind.
You are 100% right.
But nonetheless, in the first half, both offenses really, really struggled. It was 2 points at the half. What did you talk about at halftime, Ramsey?
Yeah. well, I was kind of upset with myself trying to figure myself out, to be completely honest. And I remember him writing stuff on the board, like our offensive, defensive, but kind of in one ear, out the other.
Well, at least she's honest.
Yeah. You know what? She is honest. I've been there with her.
Well, you know what? It all turns into a really nice win over a big rival, Ramsey, and we'll hook you up with your award. Congratulations on a great game and a nice win.
Thank you for having me.
Ramsey Tulenchek joining us here on the postgame recap. We'll take a quick step aside. Actually, we'll just keep rolling. We're going to talk to now our, let's see, do we have our, I got to see where I am here. Our big deal of the game. Yes, that's the one we're going to give away next, and that's going to be Kate Travis. Big deal of the game is brought to you by a host of area sponsors, including Whippler Precast here in Pine River, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products of Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Crow Wing Kayaks in Cross Lake, Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, Advantage Seamless Gutters in Baxter, Newman Construction Brainerd, Brando Motors of Aiken, Riverwood Healthcare, Willie's Marine in McGregor, and the Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls. Kate Travis, our big deal of the night tonight. One thing that we noticed when Ramsey was out of the game is you kind of turned into a bit of a post player, and you were posting up, and you had a couple of really nice moves inside. How much have you learned from Ramsey on making the moves inside to go strong to the basket?
I've learned a lot, definitely, because she's really hard to just do anything with in practice because she's so good. But no, she's definitely taught me a lot, and I'm thankful that she's taught me how to play in the post.
When you get into the situations where, like tonight, where the Tigers had 2 or sometimes 3 main players on the bench, what kicks in for you to take over a leadership role, not only just the scoring but just overall on the floor?
Tucker always says that we're a family, so I feel like when refs are being kind of whatever and getting odd fouls, I just feel the need to stand up for them and just play as hard as I can, even if we do have 3 really good players on the bench. So I do it for them and for my team.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
My question for you is, thank you. Number one, I won $100 on you shooting free throws. Why do we have troubles with the first free throw and the second one goes in? What's the thought process there? They're both the same. I don't understand why you can't make them both.
I don't know.
On your last 2, though, I bet $100 you were going to make the first one, and you did, so thank you for that. But
that's coming out of Tucker, by the
way. They're the same, Kate. You got to get the same thought process on both those free throws.
Thanks for the input.
Well, you played very well, though, other than that.
Thanks.
This is a whole new aspect to the broadcast. I think I'm a little nicer to the players than Randy is, but of course he coached you also. He's got this is that family aspect. My question is, when you're taking on a team like Walker and you're going against a player that can score like an Aubrey Morrison, Kate, what were some of the things defensively that you guys really tried to do, and really you still did, holding a team like that to 41 points?
We knew that both 1 and 2, the Morrison girls, would come out really strong and try to just score a lot. So we were just really easy, and we just helped early. And we still gave up a couple points, but overall I think we did a pretty good job with them.
Yeah, I think so too. A big win for the Tigers here. That's 4 in a row. Keep it going, Kate. Congratulations on the award.
Thank you.
All right, that's Kate Travis joining us here on the post-game recap, and that's going to bring us to our Pine River Family Market star of the game, and that's brought to us by Pine River Family Market. They're your local grocery store. You can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, gallons of milk just 2 for $6 for curbside pickup or delivery. Visit Pine River Family Market Delivers.com. And delivering a nice performance off the bench is sophomore Alora Dahl. Alora, thank you and congratulations on a nice win and the award.
Thank you.
Tell us, coming off the bench, obviously you have your older sister Claire out there. Varsity basketball, you contributed tonight. What's as you're getting more and more used to your role, what's your mindset coming into each game, Alora?
I just know that when I get in, I have to be tough on D and make sure I take my time with offense and know where everyone is, so that we can just look for the best open shots and, I don't know, just play tough the whole time.
Go ahead.
When you got in the game tonight, again, Devin was saying, you came in and brought a little energy, and you did those things you're saying. It was good to see come out there and control the ball like you did. watching you play this year, I'm getting more and more excited about your future.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the ball control, because that was another thing down the stretch, especially when you get to that final minute. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley is going to crank the pressure up. They're going to do everything they can to turn the ball over. And after both teams committed a lot of turnovers in the first half, that was really cleaned up in the second half. Was that one of the things that was emphasized at halftime?
Yeah, we talked about taking in our time and making sure that if it's not open, taking it back out and looking for the next best pass and next best shot.
Another thing that Coach Shealy has been talking to me throughout the year so far was the guards being able to contribute a little bit more, and because a lot of people know that the Tigers run kind of through Ramsey, but one of the things that I saw from you that I really liked is even coming off the bench, you were confident in taking the shots. Is that something, how much you've been working on that? How comfortable are you being able to come in and just step right into the shots when they're open for you?
Yeah, we work on that after practice and coming in the mornings, but I just know that I have to be confident in my shooting and, I don't know, just take what I think is best.
Well, it was a nice performance, 6 off the bench. This is a big win for your club early in the season. What does this do, you think, for your confidence overall as a team going forward?
I think we have to keep our heads up and just focus on the next game, and just being on keeping on track in practice, and just looking forward to the next thing.
Laura, congratulations on a really great win and your award tonight.
Thank you.
That's our Pine River Family Market star of the game. We're going to take a quick step out. We're going to hook, the other two left. We're going to have Laura stick around and collect some awards. And then we're going to talk to head coach Tucker Shealy of the PRB Tigers as they get the win tonight, 45-41 over Walker-Hackensack-Akeley here on KLKS Talk 100, rjbroadcasting.com, and yourliveevent.com.
Hanneken Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hanneken Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hanneken Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hanneken Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannekenInsurance.com. Let Hanneken Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River is once again hosting a breast cancer fundraising tournament. Have some fun and help out a great cause Saturday, January 29th. Everyone is welcome to this 9-pin no-tap tournament starting at 9 a.m. $35 tax-deductible entry fee. Please consider donating items to the silent auction to raise even more. We'll come pick it up. Community Bowl and Pizzeria's breast cancer fundraising tournament, January 29th. Call Community Bowl at 218-587-3100 for more information, to register, or donate. At R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, we aspire to provide the best in local sports coverage for our area teams. Listen to our Wake the Lakes morning show for local news, weather, and sports every weekday morning from 6 to 9. If you're enjoying the video coverage for the PRB Tigers, thank the sponsoring businesses you see advertising. They make it possible. If you're a business owner and want to reach our viewers and listeners, go to yourliveevent.com and click Advertise. That's yourliveevent.com.
Cap, as River-Backus gets the victory by the final score of 45-41. We're going to have Tucker Shealy, head coach for the Tigers, step in here now. And, Tucker, this is it wasn't easy. We didn't expect easy. It was a rough first half on both sides, but you come away with a 4-point win. How good does it feel to keep that win streak rolling and get a big fourth win over Walker tonight?
Yeah, it was a good momentum game for us for sure. It was, like you said, really kind of an ugly first half there, a lot of fouls, and we talked at halftime. We just had to kind of clean that up and play a little bit smarter with a little bit more discipline. And really proud of the girls that stepped up when Ramsey Tulenchuk wasn't in the game tonight. And I've talked about that a lot. I was proud to see some of those guards step in there, and then Kate Travis had a big minutes in there while Rams was on the bench with foul trouble as well.
When you talk about the guard stepping up, Caden Borman comes in, and she ended up getting saddled with some foul trouble as well. But boy, she came in and hit 2 big threes. She was the leading scorer in the game at the half, where there was a lot of trouble shooting on both sides of the floor. How big was that?
That was huge. Yeah, we've been kind of building up those guards all year. It's like if they're going to double down or dig down on Ramsey, you're going to get wide open shots. So if you're willing to put in the work, and they have been, getting extra shots in after practice and whatnot. So it's fun to see it, kind of pay off on a night like tonight.
Aubrey Morrison ended up with 21 for the Wolves tonight, but outside of that, it was a pretty quiet 21. And much like Ramsey, a massive chunk of that was in the second half. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley had so many turnovers in the first half, and they didn't in the second half, but they still had trouble scoring. What stood out to you on your defensive effort?
Yeah, Aubrey's a heck of a player. She's going to be a good player that we're going to go against here for the next couple of years here. But we kind of tried to key in on her, and she just keeps moving. So she's hard to guard in our matchup zone there that we were playing that second half. And so, it was good to see that we were able to somewhat contain her, but we really kind of eliminated their post game there in that second half, and I think that helped.
Tucker, one thing I like to see it. And I'm sure you talked about controlling the pace of the game, because I think Walker's a team that likes to get up and down. And what did you do to prepare for that in practice?
Absolutely, yeah. We've talked about discipline all year. I mean, we have to know, there's very few times where we should be out running with teams. Our game is more slow it down, get in the half court, and make teams play defense for, 30, 40 seconds before we get a shot. So that's going to be our motto here going forward, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So we have to be, disciplined enough to know when to push it and when to pull it back and play smart.
And you really did a good job of that. I think you and the girls deserve a lot of credit for the way this game was run. You said the first half was ugly. We were struggling up here watching it. Turnovers and the fouls and stuff, but much more enjoyable the second half. So you did a nice job in that second half.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that was a fun game.
When you take a look at the grand scheme of things, and you've talked about the progress over perfection, but this still ends up being a really nice win to have early in the year. You have a 2-0 week overall. What are the biggest things you want to take from tonight to build on to keep good momentum going for this Tigers team?
Yeah, full team effort. All 7 girls that get a lot of minutes really contributed, and even Sawyer, Tulinchek, Brianna came in and did what they had to do for the few seconds they were on the court. So full team effort, and if we can kind of keep improving going forward, I'm excited for what the future holds for this team.
Well, we know in the future you get tomorrow, and then of course you get the Monday, Tuesday. We're all getting ready for the holiday break. You get the back-to-back at the Foreign Shell Classic down in Pillager. You're going to be taking on Nevis and Verndale. Certainly a couple of familiar teams. Obviously a couple of wins would be great for the Tigers, but what are some other key things that you want to take out of that Foreign Shell tournament, and what do you want to work with your team on?
Continuing to get better. Yep. If we can stay healthy and stay out of foul trouble. Obviously, we were able to handle a little adversity tonight, but if we can keep getting better, that's all I can ask at this point in the season.
Great win tonight, Tucker. Congratulations to you and the girls.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tucker Sheely, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers after the 45-41 win over Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. We'll take one final timeout because we haven't done the full stat recap. We'll come back and do that. We'll wrap things up from Pine River after the Tigers' victory over the Wolves tonight here on KLKS Talk 100, RJBroadcasting.com, and YourLiveEvent.com.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
And we're back here at Pine River-Backus High School. Devin Kruger, Randy Schwagel here with you. I'll run through the final stat recap as I have it in the Tigers' 45-41 victory. With the win, the Tigers go to 4-3 on the season, 2-0 in the Northland Conference. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 5-2 overall. They are 2-2 in Northland Conference play. The numbers Turnovers, well, they ended up 16 apiece. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley had 1 in the second half. Pine River-Backus had just 6 in the second half. Both teams we talked about did a much better job in the second 18 minutes. Rebounding ended up pretty even as well. PRB with the advantage, 39-36 overall and 11-9 on the offensive glass. The free throws, that's where there was a big flip in terms of attempts in the second half. But one thing I think when you look at the Tigers' success and the Tigers' future, they're definitely going to want to improve the free throw shooting. I have them 13 for 30 tonight. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 12 of 17. We had 3 ties and 14 lead changes in the contest. It ends up in a 4-point win for the Tigers. Individually for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, Aubrey Morrison ends up with 21 with a couple of steals. And then it drops down to 6 for Kaylee Olschlager. She had a couple steals. 6 for Allie C. She had 3 steals. 4 points for Ali Anaz, 2 points for Alexa Johansson, who dished out 3 assists, 2 points for Mackenzie Raditz to round out the Wolves' 41. For Pine River-Backus, Ramsey Tulenchek, 15 of her 17 in the second half. She had 5 steals and 2 assists. Kate Travis finished in double figures. She had 10, 6 for Alora Dahl with a couple of steals, 6 for Caden Borman with those 2 big threes in the first half, and then 3 points apiece for Claire Dahl and Hannah Barkas. Anything in particular stand out to you on that, Randy? Well, hold on a sec. Oh, dang, I did it again.
The one thing the second half much more enjoyable. If it would have continued the way the first half with the fouls and turnovers, you and I might have died up here. But it was much more enjoyable, good basketball the second half. And, I think credit goes to Coach Shealy and the way he controlled the pace of the game. I'm sure Walker didn't want to have that slow down, take your time on offense like PRB did, especially in the second half when Ramsey is on the bench with foul troubles and Claire Dahl, and I don't think they're used to that, scoring 60-some points a game and end up with 40 here tonight.
I would be very interested to see what the shooting percentage was.
Yeah,
that could not have been good.
No, it couldn't have been great, that's for sure. But some of the things I think that were important for PRB is some of the girls coming off the bench, like Coach Shealy said, had big games. And Kate Travis, she's not a tall girl, she's not a big girl any stretch of your imagination, but getting inside there and battling the way she did, she deserves a lot of credit for her effort tonight. But I think the big thing was controlling the pace of the game like the Tigers did. That was huge in this win.
And they get the victory, their 4th in a row. Checking the area scoreboard, just again, there were a number of games that were postponed tonight. 2 of them were supposed to be on our airwaves. Proctor at Pequot Lakes girls and Hill City at Mille Lacs boys. Did see the Brainerd Little Falls girls hockey got the win 5-1 over Sauk Rapids Rice tonight. Piers defeated Malacca tonight, so a nice win for Piers, upending number 20 Malacca 61-56 tonight as well. That's going to be about it. I'm not going to scroll through too much on the Twitter sphere, but Randy, thanks for joining me for the broadcast. I hope you enjoyed your first time on the air with us after being on the coach's side so many years.
Well, it's different, but it is enjoyable, so I appreciate you having me.
Randy Schwagel joined me on the broadcast. Final score again tonight on the North Point Realty scoreboard. It was Pine River-Backus 45 and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 41. Tomorrow we have set one girls basketball matchup. Aiken hosting Hinckley-Finlayson, 6:55 on the Gobbler, KKI and AM 930, FM 103.1, and on yourliveevent.com. 2 boys basketball games set for tomorrow. Piers at Crosby Ironton, 6:55 on Skeeter 101.5. Pillager, tough one in Park Region play out at number 6 ranked New York Mills, scheduled for 7:10 on Cash 95. And we'll also have NDSU Bison football playing in the FCS semifinals right here on KOKS Talk 100, and that'll be against James Madison with the pregame at 7 o'clock. More to come Saturday and Sunday. You can check the upcoming schedule at rjbroadcasting.com. That's going to do it for us. Of course, big thanks to Activities Director Tim Tungseth, Coach Tucker Shealy, the girls for joining us on the postgame. All of those great compliments on what we're doing here for local sports coverage. Big thanks for the feedback from our family, from our fans and friends. And, of course, our number one thank you is always the sponsors. Cannot do the coverage without the sponsoring businesses you hear throughout and see throughout our coverage on the broadcast side. So big thanks to them. Once again, final score, PRB 45, WHA 41. Big win for the Tigers tonight as we send you back on KOKS Talk 100. And have a great night. I'm Devin Kruger. Let's do this again.